Hello, Sagittarius. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul guidance coach who helps sensitive, self-reflective souls choose maximum growth inside and out. Today, I have a message for you, an intuitive message about your spiritual journey this week. This reading is going to talk about your inner world, what's going on deep inside, what's going on in the outside world, and how you can easily or more gracefully navigate what's going on between the two. So let's have a look. Okay, we're going to start inside. Nine of Cups and the High Priestess. Ooh, okay, Sag, I just got some chills. This is great. Okay, outside world, please. Seven of Cups and the Three of Wands. Oh, wow. Where do we start? Okay, we're going to start with one of my favorite cards, which is the High Priestess. So, Sag, there is information coming to you, but not just coming to you. It is flowing in a big, free-flowing stream. When we look at the combination of these two cards, there is going to be so much information coming from other places, meaning higher self, different dimensions, your guides, whatever. It's important that you on the inside keep the space clear so that you can receive this beneficial information, because this has key information about long heart's desires. And what I mean about that is things that you have desired for a long time. But I see this as a big, big flow, that it's not little trickles of energy coming in. It's like a deluge or a waterfall or perhaps a downpour of energy coming in. What these two cards are asking you to do, Sagittarius, is to make sure that you sit in stillness during the week. Every day. I don't like to be bossy about that, but because this information is so powerful and is going to come in so fast, I believe you do need to have that consistent space set aside for it. And I'm also getting there's another message with the High Priestess, so just give me a second here. Okay, it's something about the stars. We've got 5 stars on her gown. Why is that significant? You know, I'm not sure exactly why they're telling me about stars. I'm going to keep asking as we're talking. But what is striking me right away is that stars are in the sky. And so when we're literally talking about other worlds, that's what's happening. Okay, it's starting to come through. What's actually happening is that you're going to be getting a preview of where kind of our whole collective, our whole conscious commune of the conscious energy, where it's going. You're actually going to get a preview of what it's like to be in that different dimension, in that different integrated space, where there's almost no time delay. Oh, that's interesting. Where there's almost no time delay between what you want and when it's manifested. So right now in our current dimension, our current, I don't even know what to call it because we're in so many places at once right now, Sag, but I'll just call it reality. In our current reality, there's a delay between what you desire and when it actually shows up in your life. In this new dimension, there's going to be less of a time delay, if at all, because there's a couple things going on. First of all, you know, those of you who have been working very diligently at integrating and becoming one with your higher self and that energy, there's less things to pull your desire off. And so as you become more pure and closer to the purity of the higher self, things just are going to start manifesting much faster because there's no there's no junk for that. There's nothing in the way of the desire and the desired. The way it is right now, there's all sorts of things that have to filter through. You have to be really sure about what it is that you want. And if you change your mind, then that's also why the time delay is set up. So sometimes we say we want one thing, and then the next day we say, well, actually, I do want that, but I'd like a little different. And then the day after that, you're like, okay, yeah, and actually I'd like this too. So it's almost as if it takes a long time to even make the desire. But when you're so close to your soul and your soul's purpose and your higher self, you know what that desire is immediately. Because there's nothing in the way, there's nothing blocking you from that desire, it's like it's immediately there. Just quickly. This is nothing like, I believe, this is me talking now, I believe this is nothing like we've ever seen before. We've never seen this level of manifestation happen so quickly. It's almost as if we can't even conceive of it. Like we're going back to the time where magic used to happen, where the energies were so raw and pure that magic happened. You could wave a wand, or you could shift energy, you could change the weather, you could move objects, you could transform one thing into another. But the difference is between those times and these times, and I'm talking, way back into Druidic times when the Druids first formed, kind of the mythical King Arthur times. The difference between those times and these times is that the consciousness has evolved to have more of a conscience. In those times, the Dark Ages, the medieval times, it was more about survival and trying to just make it through the day. And so the things that were wanted were not things like peace, not things like harmony, not things like wishing the best for your neighbor. And I know that you can think of even bigger, more global things that you would love to see happen. So it's like the magic is coming back to us, but now it's coming back in a way where the wand is different. The wand impacts so much more. The magic is more powerful now because it is imbibed and infused with this consciousness energy. Being a responsible, considerate person and putting that out into the world, that's what this is, looking out for other people. Because we've evolved to that place where that is more important than our personal gain, this manifestation is going to be happening so much faster. Wow, we haven't even talked about the inner cards yet. Okay. So what this means, Sag, is that you've got to be very careful and very selective about what you're wanting, and really look at the long-term implications of what this is. I know this is kind of seemingly generic advice, but consider what I just told you, that you want something, you desire something in the new dimension, in the new vibration, in the new energy. You're wanting it and you're getting it are happening like that. So you've got to be very careful about what you want. These are all those funny, King Midas, where he says, well, I want everything I touch to turn to gold. He didn't really think that through, because if you're familiar with that Greek myth, you'll know that he couldn't eat because everything he touched turned to gold. So all his food turned to gold. He couldn't enjoy his gardens. He couldn't enjoy anything that he had to touch. In fact, he had no companions around. He even turns his daughter into gold when he goes to hug her. So he's lonely because he didn't think this through. So be sure that what you're desiring is not just for pretty instant gratification now. Because what does it mean? That pretty instant gratification now is just like King Midas. And look at, these cups seem to be made of metal, if not some kind of gold. So be sure you're not doing the King Midas thing. That's what the Three of Wands is reminding you to do. Make sure that this desire makes sense down the road, because when you get this preview and when the rest of the world finally decides to shift into that, it is going to be instantaneous manifestation. So now is the time to practice being clear about what you want, being responsible and thinking it through, and having really using your gift of vision to make sure that this is good for you as well as everyone else around you. Oh, okay, Sag. Well, that was an amazing reading. I didn't expect that one today. Thanks so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. If you are ready to go deeper into your soul journey, if you're ready to find out even more about your purpose, get yourself to the next level, uncover any negative relationship patterns that are holding you back, uncover any kind of dysfunctional patterns in your life that just aren't giving you the results that you want, I invite you to check out Soul Guidance with Adriana guidance packages. So there's a link in the description below. You can also just peruse soulguidancewithadriana.com. Also a link in the description below. If you're not really ready to go deep, or you want a shorter kind of investment, you just want a little bit of guidance to tip you in the right direction for the next little while, there are intuitive readings for different lengths of time available to you. And let me know if I can be of help and support. So I look forward to seeing you next time right here, Sag. Have a good one.